the second step curriculum, the cards that we're looking at with the children based on emotions and the stories that we read are very effective in working with early years, because the children are learning how to label and understand and manage those things. For example, the children in the early years program start with pictures of kids' faces. So it'll just be a picture of one child and one emotion. And so we'll go over the card and by looking at this child's face, how do you think they're feeling? What are their eyes doing? What is their mouth doing? And so they're looking at a lot of physical cues to figure out how other people might be feeling, in addition to how they're feeling and learning to label those feelings. We use a lot of storybooks to enhance the cards that we do with the kids. Whoa. Taking turns is a way of sharing too. When we can't use something at the same time, I can wait for my turn. That takes a lot of patience. Sometimes I decide to share even though it's hard for me. When I share or take turns, I'm being generous. We have been having issues, specifically in the housekeeping center, in relation to sharing the materials and problem solving ways to share the materials instead of physically asserting themselves. So in addition to the second step curriculum, we use a lot of role playing and modeling how to share and take turns, and ways to handle disappointment when you can't have the materials you want at that particular moment in time. And then Miss Anna wants one of the babies and asks me for one.
Can I have a baby, please?
And then I decide I want this baby. I'm going to keep this baby and I'm going to give her this one. That's her only choice, right? Mm-hmm. So she can choose to take the baby or not, right? But it's okay if I choose to keep this baby too, because this is the one I want right now. And maybe later, when I'm done playing with this baby, we could trade babies. You're welcome. Yeah, there's lots of ways we can solve those problems in housekeeping. What about?
So when they're younger, before they come to the 5- and 6-year-old Eagles class, they've been doing a lot of work in working together and getting along with each other and realizing that other people have needs and have wants that are different or similar as yourself. And one way that we build on that is to always grab those teachable moments when they can see what another person is thinking or might want, and that happens at any time during the day. So let's say, just in lining up to go outside, a lot can happen socially, and it's good to just slow it down, and that if it takes 5-10 minutes to line up, then that's how long it takes, because we're learning how to take care of our stuff, we're learning how to take turns and chat to people in line, and we're learning how to listen to each other when it can be chaotic, and all these things are really important. So we do take 10 minutes to line up sometimes, and we do take a lot of time to wash hands, and we do take time to make sure we're all set when it's time for learning, and not just forge ahead with these goals that I have as far as what letters I want them to learn and what sounds I want. And so sometimes it goes pretty slow, but it's worth it. The payoff is worth it as far as their readiness, and they're feeling good about themselves and ready to go. So it's really important to create those relationships, because when they're relaxed and happy, they'll learn just so much more.
If you can't reach what you need, live at it. Pretend that you want one of those.
Oh, you're going to start with color pencil then, because the pencils are getting sharpened.
Let's try it again. What if we were busy?
Thumbs up when you're ready and you have an idea. Gavin, you should be getting a color pencil. Oh, Christopher, can you bring the whole basket over?
So try it again.
We'll use those.
What manners? Thank you for being our
go ahead.
example. I know sometimes
Here, go
that's
ahead,
hard,
use that.
but we
Here, Eva.
So everyone go ahead.
Use that to start.
Get the wood pieces
Chris,
you
you had a
need.
great idea.
And while you're doing
Here,
that,
Gavin.
I'm going to...
Our Steps to Respect curriculum in the upper wing, the intermediate division, we use something called Steps to Respect. Right now I'm teaching my students about building friendships and keeping friendships, And the focus of our lessons right now are on conflict resolution and what to do when you have a conflict, how to find some solutions, how to listen to each other, what constitutes a fair solution, and taking into account people's feelings. A strategy, for instance, of checking for intentions, asking somebody if you think you have a problem, what were you thinking? You know, did I misunderstand you? And how can we solve this problem together?